Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Happy holidays! Want to give your host a gift? Consider subscribing, rating, and reviewing the show this holiday season. It really helps the show grow. From all of us at Believe, have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a Happy Holiday.
You're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while giving too much detail and worshiping Anya the dog.
Gonna love what we love, do it out loud. Stack our shelves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Hey, HBs. I don't know about you, but like clockwork, I have ordered a new planner and some erasable gel pens. And I'm gonna be real with you. I think this is the year that everything changes. You know what I mean? Send supportive vibes my way, okay? Oh, also, come one, come all for our reading embrace. Tag us in a post, send a DM, contact us in most ways that humans do contact each other by midnight on January 5th, and we will give you the biggest snuggle on our Reading Embrace episode in a couple of weeks. I can't wait. I'm so excited to see like all the hilarious shit you come up with too. Y'all are always so, you're always so creative. Okay. This Friday, don't forget on Patreon and our Apple Podcast subscription, we're talking about Lead and Deep from the Stage Dive series by Kylie Scott. I'll tell you one thing, those hot messes have not pulled it together one bit, and we love every minute of it. We love them for it. There are some wonderful people who have joined our Patreon lately. Many of them even took advantage of the holiday sale we're running right now. So, welcome Epeling K, Tracy H, Diana, Stay O, Catherine P, and Gabriella V. All right, when we parted ways yesterday, Shane had proposed to Ilya in a recreation of the proposal Ilya described in Book 1, and they've decided to get hitched this summer. They're still a total secret, and I can't see anything going wrong with that, you know what I mean? That's where we're jumping in for part 2 of The Long Game by Rachel Reid.
They're going to get married this summer.
And it's all Shane's idea.
Yep.
This is all Shane's idea, and that's crucial for Ilya.
Yes, I did have a moment there where, like, and I totally understood Ilya being ecstatic, but also, like, worried that when he comes down from this horrifying, like, this goes along with that whole thing of, like,
This
don't make big
near-death
decisions.
experience. Yeah.
Don't make big decisions during really highly emotional whatevers.
And a near-death experience certainly is that.
Yes, reading this the very first time, I was worried that the climactic point in this book was going to be Shane essentially going back on doing it, right?
Yeah. And that's Ilya's biggest fear, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's almost bracing himself for it.
Hilariously, that's not the climactic scene because we don't even get the opportunity to get to that point before.
Oh, wait.
What happens.
Wait.
But we're not there yet. I'm just laughing that like we don't know if Shane would have backed out because he doesn't get the option.
Yeah.
So very importantly, at some point, Shane gets called into a meeting with the
commissioner of hockey.
Yes. Yep. The
whole league,
big hockey,
the NHL.
the big hockey man. And this dude basically very unsubtly stomps around the conversation of Shane and the rumors of Shane being gay. Because he's out to his team, but he's not ever made like an official public I'm gay announcement.
And the commissioner's basically like, and you don't have to. Frankly, you shouldn't. But if you want to, the league would love to control how you do that, basically.
Yeah. And also, like, we should be focused on hockey. And it becomes really clear that he has an issue with the way Scott does things.
Yep.
He has an issue. We already know that he has an issue. There's a minor subplot about
It's a big subplot in the book before. But
in book 4. Yeah.
In book 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the commissioner's like, we don't need activist hockey players of any kind. He would much rather sweep scandals and abuse under the rug and keep it so that we don't have to talk about the historical racism or sexism or homophobia or rape culture and all that that's been present in hockey. He's like, we should just focus on hockey.
Mm-hmm. He's a good old boy.
And he also doesn't like Ilya's current coach because his current coach was seen as like a problem player because he also made a few complaints about his coach making like homophobic statements and stuff.
Weeb is the fucking best.
I love Weeb. Yeah.
Like, what a fucking gem.
What a real one. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I love him.
And I love in one of my favorite components of book 5 is early when Troy gets traded to Ottawa. He's so confused by this team culture and mostly because of Weeb. He's just like, I don't understand a coach that will be like, okay, you can have 10 minutes with that puppy on the ice when we should be practicing. Who's going to get their balls cut off by this coach, you know? And then it just doesn't happen.
And it's like so the op because like at one point when the puppy first is on page in this book, they're in the locker room and Harris shows up with the dog and then Weeb shows up and he's like, I don't know that dogs are supposed to be in the locker room and like gives him a little scritchy scrin. Oh, you're not supposed to be in here, are you?
Yeah.
Like,
it's super confusing for Troy because he's used to that like toxically masculine commissioner kind of vibe being the rule for people in hockey, whether they play or are just associated with it. And so they go to the All-Star game and Shane and Ilya compete against each other hilariously again. It gets to the point where like they're shit-talking each other on the bench and Wyatt, Ilya's teammate, his goalie, comes over and he's like, you know, you don't have to sit next to each other, right? Like, you're making these choices right now. And one of the, oh my God. So Shane sneaks in to Ilya's room that night and they have some hot sex, partially because Shane is so worried about being caught by like the hooting and hollering hockey players right out in the hallway.
Well, at one point, Ilya is knuckles deep in Shane right now.
He's eating him out like nobody's business.
And somebody knocks on his door and is like, hey, Ilya, come party. And he's like, I can't right now. Sorry. And then Cliff jumped to a slightly wrong conclusion. Shit, you've got a girl in there with you, right? Sorry, man. Maybe. Cliff laughed. Probably 2 or 3. Have a good night, you fucking legend. And like, Shane's like, oh my God. And then Shane says, 2 or 3, huh? Ilya huffed. Cliff cannot even count to 2 or 3. I can't believe you fucking chatted with him while you were fingering me. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then Ilya's just like, you don't get a complaint about this. You are so into this right now.
You loved it.
And it's just, oh my God, they're so funny. And that's like another thing is they've been together so long. They're the same fucking people.
Yes.
It is just the most fucking, I'm too soft for this. I am too soft for the kind of shit talking that they do to each other in the rest of their life. But they are so fucking cute together.
They're so cute.
Because, like, they both take it as just as well as they give it.
Yeah. Or, I mean, or Shane just takes it and thinks it's adorable, you know? Like, even if Shane doesn't have a comeback, because Shane is the only person who might never have a comeback. You know what I mean?
Shane is a person who will later.
Oh, God,
5
when he's in the
hours
shower.
later,
Yes.
be like, God, I should have said blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And also, to be clear, Shane is also the person that would absolutely tell Ilya afterwards. There's no way that Ilya hasn't gotten a text message at some point that, like,
that's
was
fair. Yeah.
a complete out of... And he's like, are you responding to a conversation? What? And
I'm
she's
also
like,
that person sometimes.
Mhm. Oh, I will too, because I need you
Yeah.
to know that I figured out what I should have said.
Yeah, duh. Yeah. Or it might even be like a third party. I'll say like, look at this line I thought of.
I should have said, oh yeah, a third party always is going to get it, you know?
So, okay, so Troy, this also happens in book 5, decides to come out and tell the team about he and Harris, because he and Harris are officially together now after also the plane situation happens, you know? People come to some real nice revelations. And Ilya tells the therapist about him, and he says, like, I want to be wholeheartedly just excited for Troy. But it's kind of hard. I'm feeling a lot of feelings underneath it. And so she says that his homework is to do a trial run, a small, you know, focus group kind of a situation on telling somebody about
anyone.
Literally anyone. Yeah. And so he decides to reconnect with Svetlana next time they play Boston.
Oh my God, this was so fucking early, but this is when they went on the double date, and it was so funny when they were clarifying to Fabian. They were clarifying to Fabian and Ryan. They were like,
and he says, "This
Ilya
is
says, I'm bisexual. And then he's like, Shane's gay. And
like
super gay. And Shane's like, I'm just regular
I'm a
gay.
normal amount of gay, dude.
Regular gay, okay?
Also, at that lunch, he says, oh, I'm Ilya, and this is my Shane. This is my Shane is the cutest thing. Anyway, Svetlana is fucking over the moon for him.
Oh my God, it's so funny though, because she's like, you've disappeared, you must be dating somebody, you've disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And Ilya's like, I am. And then she starts like rolling through all of the people it could be. And then she's going through all of the thing, and he's like, well, I'm bisexual. And she's like, oh,
it's a man.
Okay. And then she's like, and he's like, Shane. And she's like, well, I don't understand. Unless you're in love with Shane Hollander, I can't think of any. She stopped, and then she lunged forward, practically resting her whole torso on the table. Is this Shane Hollander?
Ooh!
I'm afraid so. And then she's like, the server comes up and is like, can I bring you another drink? And she's like, we're going to need several bottles of wine, I think. And Ilya's like, let's just start with one. We're cool, girl. But then they do end up going through a couple of bottles.
Obviously.
And then just like, she's just so happy for him.
Yeah, and she's happy to know that, like, it doesn't actually say this on the page, but she gives him so much shit about disappearing off the face of the planet for 3 years. Because it is, once he goes exclusive with Shane, he kind of moves, yeah. But I think he also avoids her because he doesn't have a reason to not have sex with her. Unless he's exclusive with someone, and he can't broach that conversation at all. And so he's just avoided her. And I don't know. I
think part of it also is the way that his depression is, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, the way that it manifests is he's a self-isolator because he doesn't want anybody to know. And so like that, like there's some people.
I do the same thing. I get a rock and I dig a hole under it, and then I cover myself with the rock, and then nobody knows where I am.
Well, and
don't
especially
talk to
because
people
like
for 8 months.
yeah, well, so like I'm the same way, but the problem is for like both of you and I is we're not good at responding even when we're not depressed. And so it's
nobody
like
thinks anything of it.
nobody thinks anything of it. And then suddenly
Yeah.
they're like, "You've been depressed for 3 months. What?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, girl."
Cool story, bro. Right? What a
And
good
so
job
I think
did.
that like it's maybe not unheard of that he would not disappear, but like
But yeah, there's also moments in like the hockey season where he would be like, I'm on playoff brain right now, you know?
yeah.
A lot of times he and Shane would not see each other at all or talk at all during playoffs. So yeah, I agree. There's definitely moments where Ilya will just like recede into the background and, you know, not reappear for a while.
All right, everyone, let's talk about drinking and driving, a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI because legal fees, time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Okay, so then he gets like kind of mega triggered, poor Ilya, because he's going to be the best teammate and the best team captain in the world when Troy decides to come out on their Pride night. And he's so happy for him. And he's like, the whole team will support you. We would love that. And he can see every time Troy looks at him that like he's saying in his mind, like, if you know
Look
the
how
team is going to
cool.
be so supportive, then why aren't you?
Well, and it's not just the team, the whole fucking crowd. Especially
yeah.
because Ottawa's been winning. They're on a winning streak since the plane went down. Like they are unfucking beatable right now.
Yeah.
And so they're slowly climbing up to make their way into the playoffs. And like the Ottawa crowds have been like just completely
Showing
full.
up.
And like the Ottawa crowds are also like, fuck yeah, go Troy.
Yeah, everybody's making like homemade signs that's like, we love Troy Barrett with like, you know, a rainbow heart on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And so he sees this wonderful reception for Troy and he's so happy for him. But at the same time, he knows that he can't have this right now.
Yeah.
And I was really proud of Shane because Shane saw this coming and he's at Ilya's house waiting for him when Ilya gets home.
Yeah.
And Ilya just like crumples into his arms and I think he cries or something. And Shane's like, let's get you to bed. And then my note is Ilya is not okay after and Shane is waiting for him for restorative butt stuff because that's what happens. He does a big old finger bang on Ilya and makes him see God.
Mm-hmm.
And then he crashes and he's great. He feels better. Mm-hmm. And that's what love is, you know, restorative butt stuff.
Well, that's where all of that is stored, the prostate.
I mean, I'm not going to ask you for the science about it. You know, I just believe you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They say that when you release your hips or whatever, somatic whatever, a lot of past trauma will come out. And I feel like maybe the prostate's the same.
Yeah.
You know?
It's science.
It's science. It's Eastern medicine. It's all the things. It's like, you know, there's like the same chakra area. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're there. I know. So then Troy asks Ilya to dinner at his house, at Harris's like house. And the only reason this is important is two things. One, Troy's like, hey, man, it's really great on this side of the out fence, you know, and like, think about it. And Ilya says, it's not just my secret to tell. And that's when it's confirmed for Troy that, like, okay, he's with someone and that someone also cannot come out.
Not only is he with somebody, that somebody is definitely Shane Hollander.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, we just get nothing but confirmation in this book that the minute the final piece of information is let out, everyone immediately knows who.
Yep, absolutely. And then the other important thing is that Harris kind of strong-arms him into adopting a tiny, adorable dog who he names Anya. And Anya becomes the star of the rest of the book. I'm not going to have anybody argue with me about it. Anya is the main character from now on in this book.
I am choosing not to argue with you because we don't have time for that banter. So anyway, it kind of, I think we can just kind of hop into the nightmare. Because we see a bunch of things like people...
Well, Shane meets Anya, you know what I mean? That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, Anya's not actually the main character, Melody.
I think Ilya Rozanov would argue with you about that.
So anyway,
Shane immediately embraces her, and Ilya...
I am Sabrina, and I speak for the Ilya. I'm the one with his name on my back right now. And I am saying that Ilya wants us to move on.
Okay, fine. But really, it shows, part of it shows, like, the maturity they now have in their relationship. Because, like, during that time, Shane gets, like, totally cock-blocked by Anya, but he still is, like, looking at this, and he's like, but I've got snuggles with my wonderful boyfriend, and we're basically, like, a little three-unit family, you know? And what's better than that? And Shane is super happy and also fulfilled. And that's huge for everybody, including me and Sabrina, even though she's kicking and screaming getting to this destination. Jesus. And now Ilya goes to Montreal to visit Shane a week later. And they get called to Hayden's house for
They go to Hayden's for dinner
or whatever.
And Chompy is left in the car.
Ilya offers to go, and then he looks at Shane, and Shane is like, should I go too? And he goes, well, I don't want to hunt an alligator alone.
And they're in the privacy of the carport, essentially.
Also, Hayden has a fan mail emergency.
Yep.
He has to do a fan mail in the next 30 minutes or else.
Yep. And they have a big ol' fucking mac.
Hot makeout.
In the driveway. And then they go have dinner, and then they go home and go to sleep. And they wake up in the morning.
They figure out how to circumvent Anya and her whimpering bullshit, and they do it. So good, Sabrina. Okay. And then they wake up in the morning.
And then they wake up in the morning to a knock. And the knock is not stopping. And they go down. Shane goes downstairs, and it's Hayden at the door. Yeah. And he opens the door, and he's like, I'm going to guess neither of you have been on social media this morning.
He sits them down, and we find out that their makeout was accidentally captured in the background of Hayden's video. Hayden obviously didn't notice. He doesn't, like, edit these things, so he didn't watch it back. He just sent it out. And then I know the answer to this, Sabrina, but I do have to ask, because I 100%, maybe more than 100%, know that were I the fan to get something like this, I would never post it.
Nope.
I would never. I couldn't believe, I could believe it, but I don't understand the impetus. Like, if anything, I would just, like, message him and be like, hey, careful out there, you know? Yeah. I'm not going to say anything, but, like, watch your shit or whatever. I would never post this online being like, look in the background, Ilya Rozanov and Shane Hollander are making out like crazy. I'm going to
be real honest. I'm the type of person, I don't know that I would have noticed. It would need to be so blaringly
That's also
obvious.
true for me. Sure. Yeah. That's also true for me.
But yeah,
anyway, they're outed.
I literally cannot imagine, especially as somebody like I have so many issues with the lack of privacy that social media and like the internet
And
has given celebrities, and then also not just celebrities. Why are you filming a fucking TikTok on this street and I can see that my face is in your fucking video?
Sure.
And if you fucking adjusted half a fucking foot, nobody would be in your video. Like, or like, why, like, oh my God, I fucking hate the videos of people filming other people without their not like, I could go on a rant about all of that for endless years, but
and so like Shane is really worried because
so mad.
I mean, so angry. And Shane's really worried because he's thinking Ilya's gonna just like blow up at Hayden. And ultimately it's like not Hayden's fault, you know? But they're both sitting there being like, we were mere months away from doing this ourselves.
And he's trying to like smooth things over before Ilya freaks out. And then Ilya just says, it's okay.
Yep.
And they're both like, what? And Ilya says,
he's like, you've been a good friend.
Kept our secret for years. This was an accident and it's our fault for not being more careful.
Yeah. Oh, I was so happy about this. And it's like the worst time though, because they're 2 weeks out from the playoffs, right? And so we get a view of their kind of dueling experiences on their teams. And Ilya gets like a personal home visit from his coach being like, I support you. I'm with you. The commissioner has said you're benched for the next game until it's like, quote unquote, dealt with. I don't know what that means, but like the whole organization is going to support you. And I'm really fucking sorry you're going through this. And then Shane, meanwhile, walks into the chilliest locker room and then gets yelled at by his coach.
Yep. And like told by the coach, like, basically, this is fucking terrible. And then on top of that, JJ is devastated and mad that
betrayed.
He didn't have the truth. And I'm just like,
I see it from both sides.
I see it from both sides because like JJ, you came in well after the fact. You're new. This is a lot older than you. I've been hiding this secret a lot longer than you've even been a part of my life.
Yeah, because later on, JJ finds out that it's been happening, you know, since the beginning. And he's like, oh my God, the entire time I've known you, this has been going on in the background. I don't even know who you are. And Shane's like, well, you do, though. I'm still the same dude. And Hayden tries to say that to the rest of their team.
This is the same captain that has led you to 3 Stanley Cups.
While banging this dude on the side already. Like, shut your fucking mouths. And so JJ, like, at this point, tells him to fuck off and go home. And he doesn't want to look at him at all. Mm-hmm. So poor Shane and Ilya, like, talk about this. And then they decide to, like, write it out together in Montreal because they're being summoned by the commissioner to the Montreal headquarters that day. Anyway, Shane tells him the night before they have this big meeting that he needs to forget everything. And Ilya's like, except you need to remember that you are Shane fucking
And then
Hollander.
This is the one fucking sex scene that we have to talk about. Because he takes Shane into his throne room.
His trophy room. Yeah. And he has him bend over a chair and he
then
like, gets him all naked. Yeah, and then leaves and makes him wait while he's like looking around at all of his accomplishments, you know? And he goes and he gets a vibrating cock ring and he like drinks a big glass of water because he wants Shane to like stew in this for a while. And when he gets back, he just loves Shane so much because Shane didn't have to stay in the same position. But of course he did, you know, because Ilya put him in that position. And then he fucks Shane in this trophy room and he says, you need to remember that you are Shane fucking Hollander. And he says, I feel like I'm fucking a king in his throne room.
Do you want to know a secret? I feel like I'm fucking a king right now. Do you know how powerful this feels? Fucking a king in his throne room? You are Shane fucking Hollander. If you ever forget that, I will drag you back in here and fuck you until you remember. And then Shane says, we'll share a trophy room someday.
Yeah.
And Ilya says, yes, a fucking empire.
Oh.
And like, and then it's so funny because Ilya's like, Shane comes all over the back of the chair. And as Ilya's coming, he's like, man, it's going to be half a second before he's like, fuck, like tomorrow morning, he's going to be real upset that he ruined that chair. And then they're done fucking. And Shane goes, oh, shit.
And then Ilya says, it's okay, I brought a towel. And he goes, no, I've got leather wipes. And Ilya says, of course you do. It's so cute. And then, y'all, the rubber meets the road, okay? Because it's time for this meeting with the commissioner. The commissioner does not mince words. He's like, we're putting out a statement that says this was a prank and it was stupid and it was not real. And that's what we're doing. Or you can leave the NHL. You can get fucked.
And Shane reads the statement and he's like, but this is not right. This is all of this is false. And the commissioner's like, yeah, but it's what you're going to say. And he's like, no, we're getting married this summer.
And the commissioner says, no, the fuck you're not.
And Shane is basically like, you don't fucking own us, bro. Like, so he ends up standing up and says, I choose him.
Yeah.
Come on, Ilya. And well, actually, so here it is. Cut that. We're going back to the beginning.
Because this is all from Ilya's perspective, too.
Yes. Ilya's pissed, but he doesn't even know what to say because he thinks to himself, if Shane chooses to do this,
I'll understand.
I'll understand. I'm with him. I like whatever. And Shane says, fuck this. Here's a plan. We do whatever we want this summer, and then we come back and have all-star seasons again next year. We're not a couple of naive rookies you can intimidate. You think we don't know what we're worth to this league? What you were worth. You're destroying your own brands with this shit. Oh. And Ilya says, no, we are making them stronger. And then the commissioner's like, if you post a statement and start flaunting, like where you're going to fuck up your obliterate your legacies. Like you're over, you'll be jokes. And Shane says, I choose him. Come on, Ilya. And then they leave, and then they make out against the door of the elevator of the NHL commissioner's office.
And then Shane, they're walking to the car, and Shane says, you know what? There's a really good chicken parm place near here. And they hold hands, walking down the street with their head held high to go have a date in public.
Yep.
And Ilya cannot believe what's happening.
It is amazing.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
And then they're in bed and they decide to do a joint Insta post. And so they're looking at the pictures they have together over the years. And then Ilya's like, okay, one more for the end. So everybody really knows that we're together. And he does a bed selfie. And Shane is like, you're not posting that. But Shane's also looking at it being like, oh God, we look so in love.
Yeah. And then, oh God.
So then JJ comes over and they hash it out. This is, I have to say the end of it here though, because it was funny.
Really quickly, Ilya is concerned. He's like, so like what happens now after they walk out of the office? And Shane goes, well, he can't do anything. I recorded the entire meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Ilya's gobsmacked. He's like, I'm so impressed with you right now. You're so hot.
Yeah, it was Yuna's idea.
It was his mom's idea. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so at the end of his come together with JJ, he sits down next to him and he goes, I swear I'm normal. Because he tells him, like, we're getting married and I'll still be the same friend I always am, even when I'm Ilya's husband. And then he goes, I swear I'm normal. And then there's like a big pause. And then JJ goes, no one who's never heard of Cardi B is normal. And then he goes, I heard the name. I just never heard his songs. And he goes, her, you fucking dipshit. And then they just like die laughing. And it's such a friendship moment, you know?
Oh my God. And then it's playoffs. So they decide they're not going to have anything to do with each other for playoffs because, like, especially with this being out now, the first playoffs
is them
are
against each other.
It is a fucking fight to the death.
Yeah.
Like, it's 3-3. They go to game 7. And then in game 7, they go to overtime.
Yeah. And it is wild. So they do like the face off. Ilya wins the face off. And then Shane ends up like getting it at some point. He's trying to get it to one of his teammates. And then Ilya intercepts it. Ilya goes
trips.
Running down. Shane is right on his heels, though. Right there. And then he trips and goes kersplat on that ice just as Ilya winds up and just knocks this thing right past the goalie.
Yep.
And it's over.
This is the end.
And so we see Shane like trying to come to terms with everything that just happened. They have to do like the handshakes. He goes over to his goalie and he's like, hey man, that wasn't your fault. And his goalie looks at him and he goes, oh, I know. And like skates away. Everybody's being really chilly with Shane. Meanwhile, he's doing all of the handshakes and everything, and the Ottawa team is being incredible to him. Troy Barrett is like, I would love to coach this summer, and, you know, I'd love to be friends if you want to give me a chance. Wyatt, like, gives him a hug. Like, everybody is just being such beauties, right? Also, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't the start of the Heated Rivalry epilogue, doesn't it start with Shane accusing Ilya of tripping him and then Ilya saying you tripped over your own skates?
The epilogue?
Yeah, of Heated Rivalry. Isn't that where he tells Hayden that he's Montreal's 15th best player? I swear to God, I don't know. Just the tripping thing really, I didn't like it until I remembered that detail from the book before.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I know.
I don't remember that.
I know. But the way that this played out, it felt like a bit of a cop-out to me until I remembered that they had that whole tripping argument at the start of the Heated Rivalry epilogue. And then I kind of loved it, you know?
Oh, yep. Literally, the epilogue starts with, he tripped me.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck, ref? That was tripping. And Ilya says, I didn't, you fell. I didn't fall. It was tripping. Yeah, it was you tripping over your own skates. Get fucked, Rozanov.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then that happens in the playoff fucking whatever.
Nobody on his team believes that he actually tripped.
JJ
He is getting, well, yeah, JJ is having an emotional reaction, right?
Yes.
Like he's pissed where he's like, man, he don't like what, like it's his whatever. Because then Hayden steps up and is like, do you really believe that the man who has been busting ass to beat Rozanov his entire career is gonna do this now? And also when we're on our way to our next fucking Stanley Cup? And like JJ's like, yeah, no, you're right. Like,
yeah, but the rest of them are like,
everybody else believes.
I don't know.
And Shane's a free agent.
And he feels so fucking betrayed, you know? And he's on the phone with Ilya the next day. And he says, like, he basically is like, I'm so fucking pissed. Like, everything that I've given to this team, I do not deserve this.
Well, because he's
Ilya's like,
one league. He's a one team. This has been his team. He's always been on this team.
His entire career has been with this team. And so he's like, I don't fucking deserve this. And Ilya is so happy to hear that, because he was worried that Shane was gonna internalize it the way that Shane internalizes most things. Where it's like, both of, like, the way that I resonate with Shane a lot is that our first response is, what can I do? What did I do in this situation? And what can I improve, you know? And so, anyway, Ilya's like, you're a free agent next year, and you need to go somewhere that appreciates you. And Shane goes, oh yeah, where, Ottawa? And Ilya's, there's a big pause. And then Shane goes, I couldn't, could I? And then they like start talking about salary caps and everything. And he's like, I don't know, like, could you afford me? I just want to be paid what I'm worth. And then Ilya goes, I mean, I don't know. I think you might want to factor in your very rich husband.
And then the last chapter of the book is we see Shane in Ottawa clothes, like Ottawa jersey. He just got back from signing with the Ottawa Centaurs.
Yeah.
And they're excited. They're like, we're going to have 2 fucking lines sent from the gods because they're both center forwards.
Right. And they'll play power plays together.
Yep, and they're going, like, they finally get a play on the same team together, which, like, they've always wanted, like, they always loved doing that for, like, all-star games.
Yeah.
And, oh, now they play together forever.
Yeah. A moment that, like, really touched my heart and broke it a little was right after Shane loses the game. Ilya's like, well, I'll get you and your parents tickets to the rest of the playoff games.
And he goes to them.
And Ilya thinks to himself, I have 3 people in the stands who love me. I've never had this many people in the stands who love me. Ilya thinks to himself. Oh, no. So then they are... I know. And now it's time for the wedding. They have the wedding in Ilya's backyard.
Married. Yeah. All of the centaurs are there?
Every one of them, of course. And Ilya is alone in his room getting ready until Shane's dad, David, comes in. And I have to read this, but I will cry.
Wait.
Yeah, what?
Before then. He's like, Shane's like, so we're still getting married, right? Or whatever. They're like having like coupley lovey times after like all these things. And Ilya's like, okay, well, if we're really serious about this, then I need to tell you about something.
Uh-oh.
Because you'll have to be dealing, like, I'll need you there for it kind of thing. Uh-huh. And he's like, I am depressed.
I love that scene. Yeah.
I have depression. Yeah. It's not something that's ever going to go away.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be my husband, then you kind of need to know about that.
And then he says, you cannot blame yourself if it gets bad. And Shane is like your mother? And Ilya's like, kind of. And then Shane says, I'm never leaving. I'm never giving up on you. I'm marrying you. I want to have kids with you. I want to be your date when we get inducted to the Hall of Fame. I love you so much. Like, he's here for... And he says, I'm going to help in whatever way I can. And Ilya says, okay, but what if you can't? And Shane says, then I will stand by your side and wait for the moment I can.
Mm-hmm. And then he says, what do you... And because Ilya is incapable of not being Ilya,
I love him.
Shane says, what do you need right now? Sleep, Ilya answered honestly. Uh-huh. In the morning, probably coffee. He grinned impishly. And maybe 5 or 6 blowjobs. Blowjobs aren't a cure for depression, Ilya. Oh, are you a doctor now? And it's just really, I love the way that mental health was handled in this book.
Yeah.
It was very real. And there's just a lot of moments of Ilya coming to terms with the fact that, like, there isn't a finish line.
Right. But he also, like, when they're talking, he's like, yeah, I'm going to talk to my team doctor about maybe getting me some antidepressants. And Shane is like, you think the doctor would be okay with that? And he's like, yeah, of course. And Shane goes, I don't think Montreal's doctor would be okay with that. And he's like, yeah, that's another indication that your team sucks.
Yeah, he's like, then your team doctor is bad.
Really bad.
Like,
bullshit.
Just because this is what you're used to does not mean that it is how it should be. Like, oh.
Okay, so now we're at
the
wedding. Ilya's getting ready, and David comes in, and he says, oh, your tie looks wonderful. I don't think you need me at all. And then Ilya hands him the cufflinks.
Hey, just context for a listener, because I've literally just reread this book, and I'm where we are right now. David is Shane's dad, if you've forgotten. That's what I said
when I introduced this the first time, friend.
Oh, I was... realizing that I wanted to talk about
when I said it the first.
Well, I
thank you for the clarification.
Myself.
Somebody might have been doing dishes or something, and they didn't hear me introduce it the first time. So yes, you're right. David is Shane's dad. And so he comes in, helps him.
Fuck yourself, Melody.
I love you so much.
Go fuck yourself.
So David's putting in the cufflinks and he is talking to Ilya, and it's really awkward but cute. And Ilya kind of doesn't know what to do with himself. And he says, "We could only have one child. We thought about adopting, but decided to just focus on Shane. I don't have any Stanley Cup wins, but I've got Shane. What I'm trying to say is that I've always felt so lucky to have a son as wonderful as Shane that I never expected to be blessed with a second one." He looks at Ilya, who's tearing up, and he says, "It's not fair that you don't have your family here today." And Ilya cuts him off and hugs him, and he says, "My family is here." And Ilya just keeps coming back to this idea that, like, he cannot believe his life has turned out like this. You know, he cannot believe that he's surrounded by so much love, so much out loud and proud love, that at one point in the book, I don't remember why, but he's like, I'm pretty proud that, like, I landed myself such a fucking hottie. Such, like, an amazing guy, you know? Oh, I love it. So we watched the whole wedding.
They make sure to have a conversation because Ruby and Jade are like,
Yeah.
They're
side-eyeing them a little bit.
You're already married. Like,
And Ilya says that. This
your
is just
wedding
the one
was
for show.
better. Yeah, like,
yeah. He says,
we're
already married, but we wanted to do this one for show. And then Ruby's like, "Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because he's so good with kids." And then Shane comes over kind of freaking out because his mom is like, "Did you plan a first dance?" And Shane's like, "The fuck? No." And so Ilya grabs him and takes him out, and he tells Harris to pick any song and they'll dance to it. And Harris chooses Rihanna's Diamonds, which Shane and I both thought was a very weird choice. And then Ilya's like, "Oh no, it's like Strangely Perfect." And I listened to it again, and it's strangely perfect if you look at the lyrics.
I meant to listen to it again.
Yeah, so it's like, "Shine bright like a diamond, we're beautiful like diamonds in the sky." It's talking about, like, how both of them are, like, basically, like, equally celestial. And it says that Ilya, well, first of all, Shane says, "Oh, yeah, I've heard this song." And Ilya says, "I love you so much, it sucks." And then they finish dancing to a song that has always secretly reminded Ilya of Shane.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
And then the epilogue is the Centaur's home opener in October for the first time Shane ever plays.
Yep. And they're playing on the same team now.
And before that, they had, like, the best, most domestic day ever, like a lunch with Shane's parents. It's totally low-key, but Ilya's like, "Everything is perfect. I don't know what to do with myself."
Everything is awesome.
Yeah. They also got a sign from the kids, the neighbor kids, that says, like, Shane Hollander plus Ilya Rozanoff equal, like, picture of a Stanley Cup.
A picture of a Stanley.
He's like, "Today was perfect. This is the best." And then Shane is like, they're like, "You need to get up in front, man. Like, this back here in the back of the line is only for captains." Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot."
Yeah. I'm not used to not having that C on my jersey.
And they're like, "Hey,
And
Ilya,
Boot is
you realize he's coming. He's coming for that C." And Ilya's like,
"Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I know."
Well, and like, oh, it's just, it was a quality end to the series. It was a quality end to the book, a quality end to the series.
Yeah.
Like, and it originally wasn't supposed to be the end of the series, but because she was going to do a book for Luca. That's why he had so much.
I was wondering about that.
And it was in the plans for a bunch of years. And then she actually this February, she posted on her site basically saying, you know what? No.
Yeah.
It was really hard to write Luca's book and find the ending because I already wrote the ending.
Right.
I already wrote the happily ever after to this world. Like,
if anything, Luca should be a spinoff to a related series when he gets traded somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Or something. Yeah, or like something. But like I just
yeah, it's the perfect ending.
I'll send you the link and you can put it in the show notes because it was kind of a perfect bookend, right?
Yeah,
like
it is
an epilogue to say goodbye to the series, and it's done, and it's
the ultimate HEA. It's the ultimate HEA.
It's
okay,
so
Sabrina.
good.
What is your lady love?
My lady love is hockey related, which feels on brand for it being hockey season and a hockey book. I rode the Zamboni.
Shut up.
At a game.
Oh my God. Why? How? Incredible.
I have a friend who knows the magical Zamboni man.
Of course you do.
And I got on Facebook to friend somebody for the first time in forever.
Listener, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Sabrina, but listener, as sure as Shane Hollander has special leather wipes, Sabrina surely has a friend who knows a guy. Okay? Like
what?
There
really?
are some. Yes. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're Zamboner.
So
Sabrina got a Zamboner.
Oh my God. They called me. Oh my God. One of our friends got a video and sent it to our other friend, and he called me. He gave me a new name and I forgot what it is already.
Oh.
And what he called me.
Really stretching out those words.
His response was, OMG, all caps, Sabrina on the Zamboni?
Zambrina!
And there are so many pictures and videos of me riding the Zamboni. It was fun.
Why aren't they in Discord?
Because I forgot to send them because I've been busy
I'll make a whole
as fuck.
Patreon post about it if you want. That'd be
but
great.
I got to ride the Zamboni. It was fun. I'm okay with not doing it again. The seat on our specific Zamboni is not made for 5'10" people with
bazoombas,
more than nothing in their dump truck.
I see.
And like, I don't have a big ass, but like, I was scrunchy.
Real estate was
on
rough,
that.
Huh?
Mm-hmm. But it was super duper fun, and I had a wonderful time. And I apparently, so you can't hear, like, just so everyone is aware, you can't hear shit on a Zamboni because like, at least not, I don't know what it's like on like the bigger fancier ones, but like ours is just a little guy, you know?
Yeah.
And like, we got on the ice and he was like, all right, heads up, it's about to get loud. And then it was
Oh my
I could
God.
not hear shit. And so, but apparently everyone in my section, because I have season tickets, so like, and my whole row is season ticket holders. And so like they all recognized me, and like other people in our section recognized us, and they were cheering for me.
I love it.
Like oh my God. And then I even got recognized this week. I was at a game last night and I was knitting with my other buddy, and there was another crafter in a couple rows ahead of us, and we had like a moment where we were like, oh my God, we're both craft. We held up our craft. We were like, yeah. And then as I was leaving during one of the intermissions, I went up to her and I was like, what are you making? And she told me about her little hat. And then she goes, you rode the Zamboni last week, didn't you? And I was like, I did. And she's like, I recognize you. And like, everyone fucking, my hair. I'm a recognizable human being.
Good call. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was fun. And apparently it was very funny to watch me on it because I was like super stoic looking around, like just taking everything in. And then I'd catch sight of my friends and I'd go from like stone faced looking around to like super excited waving. And then I'd go back to looking around. And then I'd see my friends. I'd be like, ah, hi, 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 hi. Like, So anyway, that's my lady love. Ride the Zamboni.
I love it.
What's your lady love, Mel?
I love that you've like found this extra little community in the season pass holders at regional hockey
It's so
stadium.
fun. It's so fun.
I love it so much. Okay, I am going to change my lady love to something more lighthearted and save the other one for a different time.
Well, especially this is the last episode of the year.
Oh, then I'm not.
Yeah,
Hey, everybody,
so,
get
like,
ready for
you
being
may,
a downer.
Yeah, you may as well be a downer because, like,
Yeah, you know what?
2025 has been challenging.
Yeah, I mentioned it already, or at least part of it, right? But my lady love is caring about something even if it doesn't impact you. I want to make that like more the norm in America. Let's care about shit even if it doesn't directly impact us. And the reason that I thought about this is because I've been seeing on social media like a trend, a crazy trend. Maybe it's like my FYP or whatever, but a crazy trend of conservative women coming on and being like, I'm conservative, I voted conservative, but I cannot believe I almost died when I got pregnant earlier this year. And it is driving me fucking bonkers. It's driving me fucking bonkers because voting...
Why does it matter if you almost died? Other people
when it
almost
didn't matter when
all
other
the
women
time?
were dying.
Mm-hmm.
Like it, and it's more than just the hypocrisy, you know? It's more than just like the lack of self-reflection or whatever. But really, like, there is something to needing to bring empathy back in a lot of people. And I don't know that they are listeners. They're probably not listeners. But this whole idea that, like, empathy is a bad word, you know, empathy is like a curse on humanity or whatever, coming from the same people that claim to be Christians is just bananas to me. Yeah, you voted against the right to access basic health care when other women were dying. You did that. It didn't matter to you that other women were dying, especially with like the increased rates of Black mothers dying, because nobody fucking listens to them in the healthcare system. Like, it's driving me bonkers having these people, or I mean, and it's similar for the people who are like, I voted for Trump and I'm so sad my dad just got picked up by ICE. Like, something needs to matter even if it doesn't impact you. We should care about starving children even if they're not our children.
If the change is that it impacts you, that's when you care. You need to look at everything through the lens of what if that happened to me?
Yeah.
If that is what keeps you from making choices on your like voting decisions and things like that, then instead of looking at it from, well, that will never happen to me, or that's not me, so it doesn't matter, you need to think, well, what if it did happen to me?
Yeah.
Because guess what? Shit happens.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And that's why we fucking don't want it.
One of the women literally said, like, outraged, I almost died. And she said, I have 3 beautiful children at home, a business to run, a husband, and I can't choose me? Where's the pro-life in that? And this is the only time you have come to that conclusion.
This is what we've been screaming.
You have to literally almost die because your fetus is poisoning you from the inside out because it's no longer viable. That is when I just fucking care about something, maybe especially if it doesn't impact you. Maybe think about it in the totally opposite way. Think to yourself, my life is so fucking good. Not a lot bad has happened to me, or feels like it can happen to me. Let's care about something, especially if you feel safe from it. That's my lady love. And I feel like the HBs probably already do that, but like, I don't know, if we can say that in front of our relatives and in front of, the PTA moms who are casually talking about their gardeners hiding when cop cars go by. That's not a personal experience at all. Like just care about. And as a side note, I already did talk about it earlier, but it really is estimated that universal health care would save us $450 billion per year. Per year. And more people would be alive and everybody would have equal access to basic health care. And you wouldn't go broke when you get cancer, or you wouldn't go broke if you need an abortion or whatever the fuck else. Anyway, lots of primaries are coming up next year. Think about what you're going to do in those primaries.
I can't believe we're already fucking at that point.
I know.
Can we just take a break?
What, like a 6-month break? What do you want?
A 4-year break?
A 4-year break? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so now that I've been a super downer,
I feel like as a special treat, you should get a second lady love. And I'm nosy. I want to know what your lighthearted one was going to be.
I don't honestly know. I was going to grasp at straws. The only other one I can think of is,
you know what? Our pod lady love is going to be a little bit of fun and vanity. Look at our cute little nails.
Look at our
both
nails,
have
everybody.
Cute little nails going on.
Look at our nails.
Look at
We're
our
both
nails.
doing our nails. It's nail season, everybody, because I'm not gardening right now. It's nail season. I get to have nails.
I went in because my friend's wedding.
Yours are so cute.
Yeah, I still had my friend's wedding nails on, and I was like, it is time. Like, I thought I'd get another week out of them, but I actually unpacked some boxes. And so
hey,
they
great
started.
job.
Well, it's because I had no choice. I'm hosting an event this weekend. Tomorrow, actually. And I'm not ready, but it's fine. And they literally were popping off because of doing things, which I've never had a dip nail done at a salon pop off before. But they were long enough that if I hadn't been unpacking it, I probably could have made it last another week. But it was time. And I went in and I wanted something a little bit festive, but not I'm not a huge holiday person. So I wanted something that was more whatever. And so I did. It reminds me of snow, little snow with evergreen trees,
Yeah. And there's there's a disco ball feel to it from here.
Yeah. It looks like a little snow globe.
I love
situation. Yeah.
They're so good. Yeah.
And yours are also super cute. So that's our pod lady love for the year is get a cute nail.
Actually, you know what? A cute related lady love is I think I finally found a nail glue that I can't destroy. These have lasted me a shocking amount of time.
Okay, share it with me because the
I'll put
glue
it in the show notes.
Okay, because I was doing press-ons for a long time for myself for a while, and it was so good in Arkansas because I was used to the air and the humidity and the blah blah blah. So the glue that I had been using, my supplies were really good for that because I learned how to do it up there, and I found something that worked. It's different down here in Louisiana again, and so I'm trying to find a new one, and I've been on the hunt for a new glue.
Okay, I will put it in the show notes. Because seriously, I usually lose press-ons in 3 days. They start popping off at a minimum. I'm so hard on my hands in general.
I am too. But I'd gotten to the point in Arkansas where my press-ons, they last about a week and a half.
That's great. Yeah, this is these guys. And I've been opening cans of seltzer and stuff. Not with a butter knife. Because a lot of times I have to do it with a butter knife.
Lady love is ride the thing, care about other people, and
feel pretty.
Cute nails.
Cute nails. Okay, bye. Oh, no. Well, keep being a badass, everybody.
keep being a badass, everybody, and love yourself as much as we love not making this a two-parter.
Hey, bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Next week, we'll be back with a crossover episode with the Reading Smut podcast. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomspodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you tomorrow.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.